Alright dogs of war, listen up. We have an urgent situation here.
Does this have something to do with the break-in at Jason's house the other day?
Worse. There's more to the break-in than we thought. Remember last Halloween when we thought the break-in at American Red Cross was an ordinary crime scene?
How could I forget? That break-in turned out to be part of a supernatural plot to turn everyone at Ravenoftopia into vampires.
Eliza, I don't see what this has to do with the situation at hand.
Well, this sort of thing is happening again. Last night, I received a visit from a family of demons warning me about 2 vampires in particular who just came back from the dead.
What? Count and Lady Transil? Alive? That's impossible.
No, it can't be. Are you serious?
Impossible or not, given that we are dealing with a supernatural enemy, there's only one thing that could have resulted in the resurrection of Drusilla's parents. Dark magic.
You mean like when you cursed us along with our dad and older siblings with a week of bad luck while allying yourself with our mom?
Yup, something like that.
Dear Lord, this is madness.
I agree with you, Abishola. But, for what purpose would a mummy use dark magic to do such an evil thing?
There's only one reason why delay. Because Snow's mom wants revenge on us along with Drusilla, her brother Jasper, and Snow himself.
Oh, good
heaven.
Revenge? But Eliza, you and I vanquished Drusilla's parents together in order to stop a war between vampires and humans and a plan of conquest that most of us thwarted at the time. Snare's mom's got no right to desecrate them like that. She stooped to a new low.
Oh, the
Man,
horror.
this is nuts.
But how was she even able to use dark magic to revive Drusilla's parents in the first place? Their ashes were all scattered about back at Jason's house.
You know, normally Petro and I wouldn't agree on everything, but to be honest, I was wondering the same thing.
I think I might have a suspicion as to how that mummy managed to get her spell to work.
Really, Jason? How?
T6, run a biometric scan on the woman who broke into my family's house.
Query, what's the purpose for the biometric scan?
To calculate the chances of Queen Libitina Kufin being the suspect behind the break-in.
Checking the identity of the suspect of the break-in at the Parker residence.
What are the chances of Queen Libitina Kufin being the suspect behind the break-in at my family's house?
Probability of the match is 90.0%.
Play the audio recording of the break-in.
HM, there seems to be very little remains of the deceased Lord and Lady of Midnight City. I fear there's barely enough to resurrect them. I might as well collect what I could find and search for an alternative way to bring them back to life. Either way, I'm getting out of this wretched city. It simply disgusts me.
That's it. That's what she was after.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When Eliza and Anisha kicked Drusilla's parents in the crotch while the solar generator was running, the 2 vampires turned to dust, and most of their remains, yet not all of them, were swept up.
Of course. That's why Snaro's mom broke into your house. She went there for the ashes of Drusilla's parents and only left with a very small portion of them that was left behind.
So Snare's mother got what she came for after all.
Ay caramba.
Them Silva twins took the words right out of our mouths.
For once, Guillermo, I agree with you.
I can't believe this. That mommy's been one step ahead of us the whole time.
Yeah. And the worst thing is we didn't even know it. We may have gotten blindsided, but it's not over yet. We still have a chance to stop Snaro's mom and Drusilla's parents before they get away with whatever their next move is. And right now, in case the Queen of the Mummies declares war on all of Ravenoftopia, my adoptive dad's assembling his insurgency. Now, is the time for another team up.
You got it, Eliza.
Alright insurgents, listen up. The dogs of war and I have received another anonymous tip from a supernatural source.
Wait. Another supernatural source? What do you mean?
I'm getting to it, Alan. Now then, as some of you know, Count and Lady Transil have been vanquished by not just Eliza, but I should her as well. And we all thought that the reign at turn is over.
I don't understand. Everyone who got turned into vampires here in Ravenoftopia were cured. Even me. Are you saying that Cornelius and Lucinda are still alive?
They're not just still alive, Mr. McKenna. They've been revived and brought back from the dead.
You mean someone brought those two vampires back to life? Who would do such a thing?
Dr. Morrison, remember that break-in at your family's house the other night?
If my memory serves me correctly, based on the surveillance footage T6 provided yesterday, it was some strange woman wearing some sort of cloak. What I don't understand, however, is what it has to do with Cornelius and Lucinda's resurrection.
As it turns out, the woman who broke into your house 2 nights ago didn't leave empty-handed. She came towards the solar generator to retrieve the ashes of Drusilla's parents. And that's the same woman who raised them from the dead. And furthermore, the woman we're after is an evil mummy named Queen Libitina Hatshepsut, Snarrow Kufan's mom.
A mummy?
Not just a mummy. Queen Libitina's capable of casting spells using dark magic. And that's exactly what she used to revive those 2 vampires.
That's just great. First vampires and now mummies? What kind of world do we live in?
Unfortunately, Caitlin, this here's a mighty strange world.
But Eliza, why would a mummy go as far as cheating another monster's death like that?
Because we all had a hand at stopping Drusilla's parents from conquering our city, which led to what we thought was their demise. And with that, Snow's mom's coming back with a vengeance. And she's taking those 2 vampires with her to do so. Hence, she formed a secret alliance with them.
Yeesh. And I thought Drusilla's mother was the witch.
Some monsters may be skilled at using magic, Max, but not all of them are witches.
But Eliza and Diesel, how are we gonna stop those 3 monsters?
We need to work together to protect our city in case they come with an army.
Hey, Eliza, who made you boss?
Take it easy on her, Ian. The kid's a born survivor, and a skilled leader when it comes to the dogs of war.
And she's right, Miss Martin. There's no telling how big of an army Libitina may have in her hands.
Well, knowing Libitina, she'll probably have a big army by her side.
Mrs. Acantholaran, Mr. Silva, and Mrs. L.E.?
Antonio.
Antonio and Arifia Lua?
You know those 3?
Well, Kim, Daryl and I had a run-in with Antonio's ex-wife Beatrice when she grounded Eduardo and Laura as part of a scheme to go on a grounding spree.
And Naomi and I met Arifoliawa and the rest of her family one time.
And Ahmed and I saved his twin sister by Brian, their mom, from their former dad one time. But also, what are you 3 doing here?
Ahmed told me about Snareo's mother. Back in Egypt, when I told him about the story of Queen Libitina, I thought that the Kufan family was a myth. But my son proved me wrong. And before I met Ahmed's biological father, I was an archaeologist.
I gotta say, I am impressed. I can definitely see where Ahmed gets his historical knowledge from. But why are Mr. Silva and Mrs. Akintholaran here?
Because even though Arifia Lua and I are okay with our respective sets of twins joining the dogs of war, we're worried about losing them to those monsters you're talking about.
Believe me, Eliza. Between Antonio and me, the feeling is mutual. And even though Dele and Abishula train in combat at a young age, their father and I had the same training back in Nigeria. Henceforth, in my culture, some adults in Nigeria are noble warriors, regardless of tribe and gender.
In fairness, Mrs. Akintholaran, Abishola and Dele have proven themselves to be very skillful fighters at my age. But that's why they were recruited as new members of my team. Plus I remembered when they saved Richmond from their dad one time when he challenged her to a fight.
No offense, kid, but you're gonna need our help too.
Officers Martel and Hawk.
Charles Martel, Donald Dolson, and Skyhawk?
You 3 know these 3 cops?
Yeah. Officer Martel helped us testify against your mother 6 years ago. He along with Officer Hawk helped me arrest Stephanie's former high school principal, his twin brother Jacob Jones, and the majority of the Trip Gang's parents. Officers Hawk and Dolson have also been working together to arrest not just Nash Morris, but also the rest of the Nightmare Bullies. Officer Olson even testified for his own daughter after having a short talk with her about Nash on the way over to the police station and gave her a chance to turn over a new leaf.
Wait. So if the officer on the left is Sergeant Vincent's dad, Does this mean that the officer in the middle is Valeria's dad?
That's right. And you must be Stephanie's little half-sister. Eliza Moreira Anderson?
Yup. And you must be Officer Hawk, right?
Yeah. And my son Jared's told me about you. You're a tough little kid.
I agree with Officer Hawk. You may be reckless, but clever too.
But Eliza, you need to understand this. You may have the right mindset when it comes to protecting those you care about, but don't get too obsessed with violence. Sage and Vincent made the same mistakes back at Springfield before you were born. And so did Valeria. So don't be like them.
It's not gonna be a problem for me to be myself, Officer Martel. And I was disappointed in both of the Martel brothers for their roles at Bullying Trip, Deacon, and Caden when I met them. But also, Officer Olson, why would you testify for your own daughter upon arresting her?
Because even though Valeria caused a lot of trouble with the nightmare bullies, she did the right thing in the end and told the judge everything Alex did to her. After when Valeria turned herself in, she told me that even though she was part of the nightmare bullies when they recruited Nash, she never trusted him ever since. Not to mention she was disgusted by Nash making love with the very girl who bailed him out. But that's not important right now considering we're dealing with an enemy some of us have never dealt with before.
You're right. And we'll need all the help we can get.
Couldn't agree more, kid.
Valeria? What are you doing here?
You know this girl?
That Maria is Valeria Olson, Donald's daughter.
Valeria, I told you to stay put.
Not a chance. I already lost my biological mom when I was 11. And I've pushed you away in my depression for too long. I don't want to lose you too.
Whoa. I knew Valeria's missed her mom since that car accident, but I've never seen her like this.
But the big question is, what's Valeria doing here?
I overheard my father talking to Stephanie's father over the phone about some mummy coming to our city to settle the score with Eliza and these. What's this team called again?
Dogs of War.
Seriously? Dogs of War? Why do you call your team that?
It's a long story.
Look, Valeria, I understand how worried you are about losing your father, and I know how badly the grief has affected you over the loss of your biological mother. But this is different from when you were a kid. This is bigger than any of us, and it's too dangerous for you. That's why your father told you to stay at your house. He's trying to protect you.
I'm not a child, Mr. Gavin. I haven't been a child since the day my mother died. But I'm not just doing this for my father, I'm doing this to repay my debt to the Sage crew and the Trip gang even further. I'm trying to make up for past sins.
Is she repeating the part where you and I co-founded the insurgency with Officer McShane by planning to fight alongside her father or simply offering to help us?
Nope, she wants to help.
I also have something to tell you, Eliza.
What is it, Valeria?
I've been thinking about what you said since the day we met last year. Yes, it's true that you would miss your parents if they died even though they abused you. But I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made as a member of the Nightmare Bullies. I almost ruined my own life with all the trouble I caused. I couldn't control myself when I was grieving over my biological mother's death. And because of that, I pushed away everyone around me. Even the only other biological parent I have left in my family. Trust me, you wouldn't want to end up like me. It'll only make you feel alone and helpless. Like I was.
I heard the same sort of advice you gave me just now. When Officers McShane and Riggs saved me from my parents last year, Steven the Crow Animator 1998 told me that I would have become a troublemaker if I got abused any longer. Luckily though, that never happened to me that year. And I've made friends ever since I got enrolled at elementary school and never had to look back. But Valeria, you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. Besides, despite all the stuff you did in the past, you made up for it by turning your back on your former gang. My best friend Richmonda has an older sister who used to be a troublemaker up until Christmas Day last year. And like you, Richmonda's sister felt remorse for her actions. She then apologized to everyone she did wrong, including me. The fact is, Valeria, despite your past as a troublemaker, Steven the Crow Animator 1998 allowed you to carry on this long because he saw some good in you as he did Maya. Don't let the ghosts of your past haunt you for the rest of your life. It could affect not just your life in the present, but your future too. The best thing for you to do is to appreciate what you have now and not throw it away. When you look back on this, you'll realize how good you really have it.
That's the first time I've ever seen a kid so wise.
Yeah, you're telling me.
She's a pretty good leader too, let's not forget that.
Dad has got her point about one thing. Right now, we need to prepare ourselves in case Queen Ludovina brings an army with her along with Cornelius and Lucinda. And since both Katherine and Josh are experts in the supernatural, we'll need guidance from them both in order to protect our city. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, senor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
got it, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes,
senor.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, insurgents, let's suit up.